afternoon and welcome to our first installment of FDN News with our new set. I'm Jonathan Kane.
And I'm Bree Santiago. Our top story this week, the controversy over Indiana's new religious freedom law continues. The law is designed to protect religious freedom, but opponents say it legalizes discrimination, especially against the LGBT community. Indiana has been the brunt of nationwide criticism and even a call to boycott our state. Governor Mike Pence issued a statement on Tuesday saying that he was going to, quote, fix the new law to clarify that it does not allow discrimination against gays and lesbians, but he will not add a statewide anti-discrimination protection for the LGBT community. FDN talked with several students to find out what they think about this controversial topic.
Personally, I do not believe it's okay to discriminate against people.
We should be able to deny service with a minister saying, no, I don't feel comfortable with doing your marriage, I'm sorry, but I don't agree with it and I feel uncomfortable with doing that. I get that.
I don't think we as Christians should be able to turn down other people, deny them service because of what they believe in. It's actually probably the exact opposite what we should do.
I don't think people should have an opinion if they haven't read the bill yet.
I personally would side more with agreeing with it, just because I understand where the intent of the law is coming from. Standing up for people's religious beliefs and their values.
I don't think that it can be fixed without putting anti-discriminatory clauses into the law.
Legislators plan to clarify the law by the end of the week.
Last Monday, Republican Senator Ted Cruz announced that he will be running for president during a mandatory chapel at Liberty University. The school required all 12,000 students to attend the chapel or else face a fine of $10. Political critics are saying that this was a cheap way to make sure Cruz had a large captive audience for his big announcement. A student from Liberty University told us that the policy forced her to support the candidate whether she wanted to or not. I talked with students and administration at Huntington to find out where we stand on mixing politics and spiritual matters.
I am announcing that I'm running for President of the United States.
That was the bombshell news that Republican candidate Ted Cruz dropped on Liberty University students Monday, March 23rd during their convocation. However, there's been a lot of controversy over Cruz's decision to give this address at this location. Controversy surrounding the politician's address has students saying that they didn't want to be there but were forced to because of their convocation attendance requirements.
By requiring 12,000 students to attend what's technically a political rally, it just kind of put us in an awkward position that we are forced to support that candidate running for public office.
At first glance, it may appear that this controversy is only surrounding Liberty University students. However, if you take a closer look at the issue, you'll find that the question at the heart of it is more about chapel and what it should be restricted to. Should chapel be reserved for spiritual matters only, or should we open it up to politicians, philosophers, and other speakers? We talked to Huntington University students and administration to see where they stood on this issue.
I think that chapel is a place of learning and to grow, so whether it wraps in a spiritual aspect isn't really a big deal to me.
It's more important that they do the spiritual matters, and so if they have a political figure come in and talk about Christ and what he's meant in their life or something like that, I think that's appropriate. But if it's more of a political agenda, I'm not sure that's the best place to do that, because you wouldn't get that in your church.
I think that we should be open-minded with politicians coming and speaking and not just spiritual.
I feel as though chapel on your Tuesdays and Thursdays, those set events, those should be strictly spiritual.
Chapel should be definitely reserved just for spiritual matters. It kind of signifies the separation of church and state.
Because there were so many differing opinions on campus, I decided to talk to the administration to see where they stood on this issue.
I just don't think that would necessarily fit into our framework of how we would define the chapel experience. If we were to have a speaker whose primary occupation would be as a political person, they would only be there really to speak as their spiritual journey or their faith journey.
So though the world around us is changing, for the time being, HU's chapel will remain a spiritual environment free from politics. I'm Jonathan Kane, FDN News.
A fire is quickly spreading across campus, and no, I don't mean the kind with flames. 5 freshmen have started a new group on campus called HU Fire. Their goal? To make Huntington University a more positive place. The acronym FIRE stands for prayer, hiding away God's word, inspiration, reaching out, and encouragement. The group posts weekly devotionals written by HU professors on their website. They also try to serve students through encouragement. Recently, they handed out free hot chocolate on the mall and gave away candy that had their weekly Bible verse on it.
With FIRE, I'm just hoping that students will come together and just make it through the tough parts of life. You know, there's studying, there's issues from home, but if everybody can just stick together, because our ultimate goal is to be love and to be Jesus while we're here.
For more information on HU FIRE, click on this story on our website, forresterdigital.net.
The Multicultural Activities Council gave students the chance to express themselves through creative writing this past week. A handful of campus musicians and poets took the stage in the Upper Hub, while dozens of students came to support. There were no winners or losers, but organizers say it was simply a chance to create an avenue for expression.
It's really an art open house, and so it's anywhere from reading poetry, maybe singing a song on an acoustic guitar, maybe even want to show some art, or read a story, do a monologue, tell some jokes if you want. But it's really just how you express yourself.
MAC is known for hosting events that promote diversity. Well, it's hard to believe that we're already into April. This school year has been flying by, hasn't it?
It's gone so quickly.
You know, this FDN season is coming to an end, but before all of that, we want to share some very special news with you. Today, we have brought this trophy to show that when we went to the Intercollegiate National Religious Broadcasting Competition in February, the FDN team took a first place for newscasts, as well as a third place for the 24 Hours news competition.
You know, it was an incredible experience, and we would just like to thank you all so much for your support this past year and for sticking with us through all of our transitions. That's all the time we have for you in this installment of FDN.
Don't forget to check us out online at forresterdigital.net and follow us on Twitter at FDN_news.
Thanks again for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful Easter break, and we will see you when you get back.